Hi sweet friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maylene Call from Mrs. Call's Campers. If you're new here, I am a first grade teacher in Las Vegas. I've posted quite a few videos so far, just getting things ready and rolling for the start of a new school year. We're in week 3, so definitely check out those videos. I think I've probably posted 3 or 4 by the time this video goes live, and I'm trying to segment them or just keep them organized a little bit differently instead of doing like full week in the lives where you see every single thing every day. I do have years of playlists where if you want to see like the full day start to finish, you will see that there. And I will do those a little bit later, but just for the beginning of the year, I often have people asking questions about how I do specific things. So in this video, we are going to be discussing starting a read aloud routine in the classroom. I use mostly Primary Scouts resources. I love her so much, love the books, but I also do a lot of extensions. And if you watch my first day of school vlog or my 4th day of school vlog, which are the 2 vlogs that I've posted so far, not the separate videos, then you can kind of see how I'm building and kind of setting the foundations for that as well. This week is going to be our very first full kind of read aloud routine. I'm doing Giraffes Can't Dance. So on day 1, which is today, I'm going to be doing a little bit of story structure, talking about characters, vocabulary. Tomorrow, oh, my iPad just died. I do have my anchor chart prepped. I will show you that. But for Monday, actually I don't need anything for Monday because it is the anchor chart. Basic setup, and then I have the cards that we're going to be using to retell the story there. And we're going to be talking about the story structure today and a little bit about characters. And then tomorrow we're going to be going a little bit deeper into characters, character traits. Wednesday, I'm going to do shared writing for the first time. Everything here comes with the kit from Primary Scouts because Alicia is amazing. But basically, I write on my chart and the students write on this paper, and we do all of this together. Later on, it will be like we do together, they do on their own, and then later on, I'll have them do it all on their own. But for right now, it's just very simple. We do everything all together. And then on Thursday, we're going to be doing a little writing prompt. I do have to pull my vocabulary cards out, but other than that, I am ready to go. The routine is pretty much the same every week. It just gets a little bit more challenging for the kids, and then the skills that we're working on obviously change, but you can do any skill with any read aloud. Okay, so every week we're gonna have a brand new read aloud, and we have a routine we do every single week. Normally we do this in the morning, but today we're going to be doing it at the end of the day. So what we're working on this week is seeing patterns. We're working on seeing patterns. A pattern is something that happens again and again. So we can find patterns in books by looking at the story structure, and we're also practicing contributing to our conversation. All right, my turn. When it's my turn, your voice is? I need you to look, listen, and learn. If you're learning, you are? Nailed it. Every single time we read a new book, we get to have some fresh new vocabulary. Are you ready to learn it? Okay, first word is prance. Say it with me. Prance, 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 prance. Do you know what it means to prance? Thumbs up. So to prance is kind of like a leap. Did you notice how my friend had to call out so many people's names? Hey, she should only have to call out like maybe one person's name. If you're not looking, you cannot be participating. Prance is kind of like a fancy leap. Watch out. Sneer. Say it with me. Sneer. Make my face. Sneer. Do you think this is something kind or unkind? Unkind, right? Un means not. This is something that's not nice to do. If you sneer, you're looking at someone like this. Sneer. It's almost like, you remember the disgust emotion? It's almost like, feels like that. Sneer is also a verb. It's something that you do. It's a verb. Elegant. Say it with me. Elegant. Elegant is to be like so fancy. Elegant. What is something that is elegant? Can you think of something? Tell your partner, what's something elegant? I heard someone say like a queen. This is a good one. This is another verb. It's something you do. The word is entranced. Say it. Entranced. Look at this little girl. She's looking at something. Oh my gosh, she's staring at it. She can't look away. Entranced. Entranced means you can't look away. Entranced. So right now you should be entranced with me. Entranced, you just can't look away. It's like I put you under a spell. Splendid, splendid. If something is splendid, it is wonderful. Splendid. This is an adjective. It's a describing word. Describing splendid. So we'll go over them again. Repeat after me. Prance. A fancy leap. Sneered. To look with disgust. Elegant. Fancy and proper. Entranced. You can't look away. Splendid. Oh, just wonderful. The reason Miss Call gave you those vocabulary words is because, guess what? They're gonna be in our book. But I'm not gonna tell you where, and I'm not gonna tell you when, and it's my turn. I'm not gonna tell you where or when, but when you hear it, you're gonna say the word. If I'm reading it and you hear it, you're gonna say prance, and then we'll all say what it means together. Are you ready, first grade? All right, we are going to describe the story structure. Here we go. Dance, what do good readers do when they get a new book?
Try to make a prediction.
Good for? That is absolutely something good readers do. They look at the front cover and they try to make a prediction. We have clues in the title and clues in the picture. Giraffes can't dance. Make your prediction about what you think the story will be about. Private think time. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. Show me thin. His legs were thin. Are we in the beginning, middle, or end of our story?
Beginning.
How do you know?
Because we're smart.
Wait. Hold on, please.
So, because you read the first bit of it when you turn the page.
Yeah, she said, I just read the first bit of the book. I'm on the first page. Of course, it's the beginning, Miss Call. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. Oh my gosh, guess what? You heard the vocabulary word. And because it was your very first time and you remembered, everyone's name is going on the wheel. 5 houses in this school. Yeah, we think it's pretty cool. So you heard the vocabulary word. Let's see if you remember what it means. Who can tell me what that word prance means? Yep, it is a fancy leap. So this time, I'm going to read it again. But when you hear the word prance, you're going to say prance. Prance means a fancy leap. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. Character traits describe he was so sad. Good for you, first grade. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. Elegant, you got it. Okay, so elegant means proper and fancy. Ready to try it? The lions danced a tango that was elegant. Elegant means proper and fancy. Baboons teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Splendid, good. Splendid means wonderful and amazing. Ready? For a splendid. Splendid means wonderful and amazing. So on day 1, we're just practicing. Day 2, we'll see if you remember. Alone characters have problems and feelings. We have a really zoomed in picture of Gerald's face. The illustrator probably wants us to pay attention here, huh? And now Gerald's starting to change. So we're getting close to the end of the story. That's a clue that the author gives us, is when the characters are solving their problems, the ending is coming close. You did a very, very, very wonderful. No, I'm sorry. I like to use vocabulary words. You did a splendid job. Where should you be? Nope. Where should you be? Where are you going to go? Hold on. Let Miss call. Where are you going to go? Good for? If you agree, you have to show him, right? He's out there, he's being so brave, he's standing up, he's giving you his answer, and everybody's like this, looking at him. Show him that you agree, or if you don't think so, you can disagree too, that's okay. What happened? Who remembers? Everyone should remember the very beginning. There was going to be a, what? A dance. There was going to be a dance, right? It was going to be a marvelous jungle dance. There was a big sign that said dance. Thought he wasn't a good dancer, so our friend Gerald felt so super sad, right? We're going to retell the story one more time together using these pictures. Who can tell me just the beginning?
He couldn't even dance.
Yes.
It's a song.
Look, she's agreeing with you. This many minutes. Till we're done.
So it was nighttime, and then he finally learned how to dance.
Okay. It is the end of the day. Guys, today was crazy. I'm still trying to catch up from everything that happened last week. Did not do our read aloud time in the morning like I was supposed to because I didn't have half of my class and I just didn't want to start it without the whole class being there to learn the routines of like vocabulary. It's day one with our book. I actually had it in my head that I was going to skip the read aloud today, and then I remembered I'm getting observed for my read aloud on Thursday. So I was like, you know what? We'll just do our read aloud during the writing time and we'll push writing back a day and we will be okay. That's what ended up happening. So day one, we went over basically like learning target and then our vocabulary. So these vocabulary cards that I have here are actually ones that I just made, but I think now her packs actually include vocabulary cards just like that. I just put them together myself. So we read the book. You guys saw the whole read aloud situation. I knew that I was going to be a little bit pressed for time because it was day one, we're doing vocabulary, so I didn't have as many opportunities for my kids to turn and talk. I really just wanted to focus on like story structure and making sure I could get through it in that time. The lighting is a bit everywhere, so sorry. But then at the very end, we did just the basic layout, or sorry, the basic story structure. So beginning, middle, and end with pictures that they're actually going to use in like a craft on Friday. So that was day one. It is pretty self-explanatory, but I wanted you to see how I kind of set up the read aloud in the very beginning. I think I do have videos from previous years where I do the first read aloud with them too. It's probably slightly different every single year. The vocabulary is the big one. I really prefer them to say the word and then the meaning, not just listening like, hey, do you hear that word? But what does it mean? And this year I'm trying to be better incorporating the type of language that it is, like whether or not it's a verb or an adjective or whatever it is. So when I went over it this time with them, I used the word like, this is a verb, it's something you do. This is an adjective, it describes, because I really want to be better about that. I think I did an okay job today. I think the kids did a really great job. And tomorrow we are going to do a little bit more, a little bit deeper. So I'll see them. This secret right here, this IR secret. Do you remember what that is? Do you remember what the secret story is? Good. So we learned this secret. I actually want to teach you today really quickly about this secret. This says wait a minute. Their favorite special is going to music. They love going to music because they love to sing and they love to dance. And they actually sing their names and clap their hands in the air while they do it. It sounds like this. C-E-C-I-C-Y. Try it. C-E-C-I-C-Y. Good. One more time. C-E-C-I-C-Y. So we know whenever we see these two letters get together, they are having a beautiful time singing and dancing, and they're saying S. Yesterday we talked about patterns. Good readers, notice patterns. Today we're going to be talking more about characters. Good readers, think about characters. Who can tell what a character is? Who can tell?
A character, animal.
People, animals, or things in a story that move, feel, or talk. Okay, so we're going to be looking out for characters today and what they're doing to tell us how they're feeling on the inside or what they're thinking, right? If you imagine a horse when it's being really fancy, it's like prancing. Prance is a verb, it's something you do. Gerald was a tall giraffe. Character traits describe. Gerald was tall. He was tall, right? Character traits can describe how someone looks on the outside or how they feel on the inside. So an outside character trait for Gerald is that he's tall. And the author said he was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. What do you think shoots means in this sentence? What is a shoot? What do you think? Private think time. A chomp, maybe. So let's try it. He is very good at standing still and munching chomp off trees. Leaves, close. So a shoot is like a piece of the tree that comes off in a direction. It's kind of like a branch. It means the same thing as a branch. So he's munching these branches. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Look how dramatic that was. Oh my goodness. Poor Gerald felt so sad. Character traits describe a character. Gerald felt sad because, talk about it. I got you. So fast, so fast. On your leaves in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I saw some accountable talk over here, so I'm going to pay attention to these ladies. Can one of you tell me what your partner said? Sorry, can one of you tell the class what your partner said?
Can't dance, and then
Because giraffes can't dance. As soon as you said that, she started agreeing with you because you got to the point. That was your point. Nice job, Miss Seat. Because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. What made him think that he is a bad dancer? Do you know? Thank you for standing. So as soon as she stands, all eyes go to her. You guys got to be so super fast.
Because when he tries to dance, he flips.
Good for? And now, did the author say when he tries to dance, he slips? No, but figured that out, right? When he buckled at the knees here, he slipped. So he thinks in his brain, I'm just not a good dancer. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor. Character traits describe a character. Gerald is brave. Do you think Gerald has to be brave to do what he's doing right here? Show me yes or no. Do you think he has to? Okay, hold on. Why is everybody getting up? What are you doing? You should be on the carpet, carpet, carpet. If you need a tissue, baby, go ahead and get a tissue. That's kind of like an emergency. Everything else can wait. Why do you think Gerald has to be brave to do this? What makes you think this takes bravery to do? Why does he have to be brave? Talk about it. You were so ready. Hold on, pause. Did you see this? She said, I got you. She was up on her feet in like not even 1 second. Have a seat. Everyone, let's try that again. Why do you think he has to be brave to do this? Talk about it. Wow, better. Okay, talk. And you saw everyone out there dancing wonderfully and you got the courage up to finally do it and you were going to be so brave and you walked onto the floor. But before you could even start, people are looking at you. They're sneering at you. Means to look at with disgust, right? And then they say, you can't do it. How would you react? Private think time. What would you do? What would you say? What would you be thinking? Private think time. All right, we're going to role play. Everyone find an edge spot in 3, 2, 1. Edge spot on the edge. I'm going to be the giraffe. I'm going to step out and you guys are going to start laughing at me. Ready? Here we go. Yeah, and sneering. You could give me a sneer. Ready? It's not going to feel good, but I'll let you do it. Ready? Okay. Now, what would you do if you were Gerald? Who has an idea? Who wants to come practice? Who wants to be, have a seat. Who wants to be Gerald?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do 3 seconds of laughing or sneering, and then Gerald, our new Gerald, is going to do what he thinks he would do. Are you ready? 1, pause. What would you do?
I would try to do...
Whoa! So you're showing us that if you were Gerald and they were laughing at you, you'd just dance anyway? And you'd show them what a good dancer you are? That's pretty brave. All right, who wants to be Gerald? 3 seconds of sneering and laughing. We're just going to pretend, okay? Ready? Enter the dance floor. Ha, 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 ha. Psh, psh. Oh, Gerald. Okay, I have something different. What if Gerald entered the dance floor and you saw the way the other animals treated him so poorly? Is there anything that you would do to be a kind friend to help him? Okay, let's practice. I'll be Gerald. You only get 3 seconds.
You can dance with us.
I can dance with you,
Yeah.
but I'm not a good dancer though. I can't do it.
It's okay.
She said she'll teach me. You'll teach me how to dance?
You should try.
Okay,
Fiddle down.
let's do it.
Okay. First, you gotta prance.
I got to prance. Prance means a fancy leap. Okay, ready?
That was a good one.
Thank you so much. Good for. Okay, we're looking for a friend to help. We're going to sneer and laugh for 3 seconds, but it's just pretend, okay? You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
It's okay. I'll teach you how to dance. I'll teach you how to dance.
Wow, that was so good. But you got a turn to be Gerald's buddy. You helped Miss Call. That was really, really important. So if there had been just one person who was being the one, do you think this story would have been different?
Yes.
It would have been so different. All right, so friends, we're going to talk about characters. Who was our most important character in the story? The main character. Tell me in 3, 2, 1. Gerald was the main character in a story. He has outside traits, the way he looks, and he has inside traits, the way he feels. I want you to name one outside and one inside trait with your partner. Talk about it. One outside, one inside. Looks and feels.
Like on the outside, he's 2 colors.
Yeah, he's 2 colors, so he's orange and yellow. What do you think about the inside? Yeah, he wanted to dance. So he felt closing his eyes and smiling, right? That's how he looks on the outside. So we know on the inside he feels happy. Here is your task today, first grade. So beginning, a quick picture and a character trait. And a quick picture and a character trait. If you don't know how to spell it, you're going to sound it out the best you can. Okay. Vocabulary. Your voice level right now, first grade? Perfect. Entranced means you can't look away. Today, we are working on readers think about key details. I want you to get a key in your hand. Get a key. This is the key. This is the key to understanding. This is the key to understanding. Hold your key up in the sky. Imagine it is glowing. It's a glowing key. It could be golden. It could be silver. It could be copper. It is a golden key. And this key opens doors. Every door is like a detail. Say detail. Every door is like a detail. And when you can remember a certain special, specific key detail, the lock opens and you understand. Okay? We are retelling the story and we are contributing to the conversation. Yesterday, you did such a good job at making sure people who didn't get a chance to talk had turns. Today, we need to focus on tracking and making sure we are ready to hear what they have to say. He was really very bad. Characters have Problems. They have problems, and guess what? Whenever we hear about a problem in the story, that kind of gives us a clue. Hey, I should be listening for a key detail, right? I want to unlock that door of understanding. So whenever I hear about these characters' problems, I got to think, how can I understand this story better? What is the author telling me? What is the illustrator showing me that makes this important? So I'm asking you, what is important about this part of the story? Talk about it.
All the animals can dance and he can't.
Good, that was some good tracking going on there. And this year when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The chimps all did a cha-cha. Why are you up, carpet? You heard her talk, so you should track.
They're making fun of him because he can't dance.
Beautiful. She said that so well. Now, because she's finished speaking, someone else can say, hey, I thought that too. And they can add on to that. Can anybody add on to this part right here? Did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how. But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Oh, look, what are they throwing?
Flowers.
Do you know why people throw flowers at performances?
Because they love it.
Because they love it. It's like, oh, you did a wonderful job. Here's some flowers to make you feel special. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. We can all dance, he said, when we find music that we love. What is the key detail at the end of the story? Talk about it. If your shoulders and your knees are facing Miss Call, I want you to say, I see you, girl. I see you, queen. I'm just kidding. So we need to think of a sentence that will tell us the key details of these pictures. Private think time has a good sentence we can say for just the beginning of the story. You're playing. I need you to turn your body towards me and focus. And they sneered. Oh my gosh, good for? Yeah. You know what I love? She used a vocabulary word. That's awesome. Ooh, that one tells us a lot about what was happening, right? He was sad because he didn't know how to dance. I'm a writing superstar, 5 big goals I know by heart, capital letter always first, finger spaces between words, sound them out the best you can, punctuation at the end, go back and check, we do our best. He was sad at the dance. First word, he, good, capital letter.
Always first.
Yes, good, tall line down, cross. He, good, go back and check. He was, good, was is a sight word. Finger spaces between words, good, was. Was this a sight word? I want you to do a check on your paper. Are your letters sitting on the floor? Go back and check. He was, finger spaces between words. He was what? Sad. Roller coasters ready. Sad. Let's do it. Sad. This is a sight word because those letters are doing things they shouldn't be doing. Dance. D. And. Now listen, we learned last week about that nasal A, right? D, and. Let's try that first chunk. Dan, ready? D. And. Now we have, it's spelled for us right here. So we already know because of the title. This word ends with CE. Do you remember the secret for this sound? C-E-C-I-C-Y. C-E-C-I-C-Y. He was sad at the dance. Everyone should have this word spelled perfectly because we're writing it together. Dance. He was sad at the dance. Punctuation at the end. All right, that was our first box. The cricket came and helped him. Does that tell us our key details?
Yeah.
Yes, how did the cricket help him? Cur, 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 crick. Do you hear that k sound in the middle of cricket? Crick, k, k, k. How are they spelling this? What letters?
C and
They're doing C and K at the same time. Did you know that sometimes C and K can be together for the k sound?
yes.
They can. Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah.
The C and the K, just lean, just like she's doing. The C and the K will work together after a short vowel. Listen, that's a short vowel, right? Crick, 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 crick. So we know we're going to use CK because we hear that short vowel sound. We have some letters who like to hang out in a clock tower. And they're on little bells. And they say, ing, ang, ong, ong. They have a vowel in every one of them. Ing is our I. Ing, ang, ong, ong. Ing, ang, ong, ong. So we spell it I-N-G or A-N-G or O-N-G or U-N-G. Listen, see if you can hear the bell. Sang. What vowel do you think? A. Good. Say sang. Watch Miss Call. No interrupting. Watch Miss Call. The cricket. Ang. A-N-G. Ang. Ang. It's different from ing, right? It's very different. The cricket sang him. Good. Put your finger space. Go back and check. The cricket sang him a finger spaces between words. Sang him a song. Whoa, wait. We're going to spell it O-N-G. All right, go back and check for your capital letter, for your finger spaces, for your punctuation. Go back and check it. Now we are at the end of the story. I need you to think of a key detail.
Everyone was in the trance of his dance.
Oh my gosh, she said everyone was entranced at his dance. I love it. No notes, perfection. Everyone was entranced at his dance. Say it with me. Everyone was entranced at his dance. Let's count the words. Everyone was entranced at his dance. 6 words, but these are a bit longer. Capital letter.
Always.
Every. Ready? E. At the end of the word, I can say E or I or E or I or E. Every. Good. Capital letter.
Always.
Ready? Nice and tall. E. Every. Good. Now this is a compound word, so we do not need spaces because it's one word. Every one. Everyone. One is also a sight word. Every one. I think this is in our poem too, isn't it? Yeah. Good. Was. Was is a
Sight word.
good. Everyone was. Oh my gosh, they were entranced. And if Miss Call doesn't know how to spell it, where can I look? N. There's our first syllable. N. Enter. Enter. An. We know how to spell that. An. And we're going to spell it C-E. Good. I love that you're taking your time. These letters are very important. Is dance. Yes, but we're not done just yet. Good job remembering. Everyone was entranced. Fingers, spaces. Punctuation at the end. I'm going to use an exclamation point this time because that was a really exciting moment in the story. Everyone was entranced at his dance. Good morning. I hope you are enjoying the Read Aloud content so far. I actually get observed today, and this will be the first one. In my head, I'm kind of like, well, he's seen me teach before. He knows kind of the direction that we're going, and it's the beginning of the year, so like also maybe a little grace. Like, we're just starting everything. It's been going really, really well this week. Yesterday was awesome, so I'm hoping today goes just as well, if not better. We're always kind of hoping that. I had my pre-conference with him. Kind of gave him like a heads up on like what to look for, certain kids, and I'm like, okay, so this is what I'm working with this kid, and this is what I'm working with this kid, and kind of our overall goal for the day. So today is Thursday. You guys saw we talked about story structure on day 1, and day 2 we just talked about describing characters. Day 3 we did key details, which kind of works with describing characters because those important parts of the story kind of match up with when we get information about characters. So today we're talking explicitly about how characters change in a story, and they get to do a little writing that goes with that. So they're going to write about how characters change. Even though I've been observed by him, I don't know how many times now, I still have that like beginning of the year butterfly feeling, and especially because everything is definitely not perfect, which is hard when you are a perfectionist. You kind of just know going in, there's definitely things that you're going to have to correct and fix. And whenever someone else is in my room and that's happening, it makes me really nervous. I get a little bit anxious, and I feel like I get a little more stern with the kids. So I'm going to try to just relax and just be me and do my thing with them and kind of be the same old person I am and not have that lingering fear that like, oh my gosh, someone is judging me for the way that like they're acting right now. So it's gonna be good. Tuesday, we talked about character traits. Describe a character. Yes, yesterday we talked about the key details. And today we're gonna think some more about characters and how characters change. Yeah, how they feel can change. Good. Let's review some vocabulary.
Elegant means
Fancy and proper. Wonderful and amazing. Tell me in 3, 2, 1.
Gerald!
Our main character is Gerald. Giraffes can't dance. My turn.
Your turn.
Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance.
Prance means a fancy leap.
And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. Character traits. Gerald felt
Sad.
Why did Gerald feel so sad? Talk about it. Upturn so fast. Upturn so fast.
Dance.
Do you agree or disagree?
I know what you're going to say.
The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. Proper and fancy. And 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. You got it. Character traits. Gerald's trying to be what? He's trying to be a dancer. He's trying to be what? He's trying to be brave. Private think time about what brave means. Private think time. What do you think it means to be brave? Go ahead, Ed.
To not be afraid.
I love that you were agreeing with him. Next time, could you look at him when he's talking too? Can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird.
That's not very nice. I don't like that's not very nice.
Very nice. Gerald is over here trying to be what?
Brave.
He's trying to be so brave. Do you think that's an easy or a hard thing to do when all of these animals are sneering at him? Talk about it.
It's a little harder.
Okay, if you think that is an easy thing to do, to be brave when everybody's sneering at you, I want you to give me a thumbs up. If you think it's a hard thing to do, to be brave when everyone's sneering at you, give me a thumbs down. Feelings, and they have problems. Right now, Gerald feels so, give me another word, sad. Nervous. I don't know, he might be angry. What else?
I know.
What else?
Upset.
Upset. Another one. Nervous. Another one.
Upset.
We already got that one. Enchanted, that means something a little bit different. Maybe devastated. What else? He might be, look, he froze up. He might look calm on the outside, but on the inside, he's probably what?
Sad.
Oh my gosh, feeling
Scared.
scared. Good for? Whoa, he's what?
Excluded.
What does that word mean? Excluded.
It means
Hold on, I'm asking.
he's not getting joined. He's not getting in.
Agrees with you. You remembered our vocabulary word from last week. It means that he's not being in with the other friends. He's being excluded. We can tell because the illustrator gives us a
Clue.
the illustrator gives us a clue. How do you know Gerald is excluded? Where do you see that? Now you said earlier that he felt how? Calm. He whispered with a sigh. Now I kind of feel like he's feeling calm too. Excuse me, coughed a cricket. Music, if you really wanted to. Oh, thank you. The cricket smiled and picked up his violin, and then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying. Sway with me. Swaying. And his tail was swishing around. Okay, I want you to look at this picture, and do you notice, keep your body to yourself, do you notice how Gerald is different? Show me yes or no. Show me yes or no. This. I want you to talk about how this is different. Talk about it. On your leaves in 5, 4,
It was 3.
3, 2. Have I not heard from someone? I've heard from. Talk to us about it. Tracking.
He changed because they were being mean to him.
They were being mean to him, and he felt
Sad.
and now he feels
Happy.
happy. So how did he change?
Because he heard to that music.
He heard the music that helped him change, right? Yeah. So he was sad, and now he's happy. And the reason that he was able to change is because of the
Cricket guy.
The music. Good. So if both of you were sitting on your bottoms, we wouldn't hurt anybody, right? He felt all of these things that he did not feel at the beginning. We're going to try something new today. Normally, Miss Call says, talk about it, and you say, I got you. But while you're talking, sometimes Miss Call might say this, new partner, and you're going to say, I got you. And when I do that, it just means if you're standing here talking to someone eye to eye, you're going to switch, find someone new, so super fast. We're going to try it. Ready? Did anybody else in the story change? Talk about it.
I got you.
So fast, so fast. New partner. Miss Call asked, did anybody else in the story change from the beginning of this story? She even used a vocabulary word. She even said,
Add on to that much.
let's hear it. Teacher voice, loud and proud, so they can all hear you and they know where to look.
I can add on to the illustrator is
Ooh, that's a good point too. But she was talking about how these animals changed. So do these animals look different in this picture than they did at the beginning? They're entranced. They're surprised. They said, I did not know that Gerald had it in him. Okay, so we talked about Gerald at the beginning of this story. We talked about how the middle of the story characters change. If you're learning, you are?
participating.
And at the end of this story, Gerald was?
Different.
He was different. I want you to think. How was Gerald at the beginning? How was Gerald at the end? When you have both of those ideas in your brain, give me a thumbs up by your heart. How was he at the beginning? How was he at the end? Paper, say paper. And on this paper, you're going to write a sentence. Say sentence. You're going to tell me how Gerald changed. So you need to tell me two different things. How he was at the beginning and how he was at the end. And who can tell me what we're doing?
Oh, wait.
How he changed. So you have to tell me two character about how he was at the beginning and how he was at the beginning and how he was at the end. 12 minutes on the timer.
12 minutes to watch.
Sound it out the best you can. I forgot to film an outro, but this was our very first run through of our read aloud routine, so I hope you enjoyed seeing at least the progression. Obviously I can't share every single second, but hopefully it's still helpful seeing what I do, how it builds, and some techniques I use. Friday is just a test for comprehension and also vocabulary, and they get to do a craft. Not every week looks like this, some weeks are a little different, but yeah, I hope it was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe and join the family down below, and I'll see you in the next one.